still been a big star. He reminded me sort of like, not comparing him, but sort of like a Jimi Hendrix, where Hendrix could come along today and he'll still be. He's a very unique personality and he has no generational stamp on him. One of the fondest memories I have, we played Westbury, I don't know, about 5 or 6 years ago, whatever. And he had a thing about, when he was at my house, he had a thing about me remodeling my kitchen for my wife. Sandy, why don't you remodel your kitchen for your wife? It's all so 50s or whatever. So I was refurbishing my house and I built a stone wall on the side of my property or whatever. And he said, you know what, Sandy, when we played Westbury, instead of me driving back to Pennsylvania, I'll go ahead and stay at your house on the Saturday night after the gig. And then I'll help you with your wall on Sunday. So it was I said, okay, Davey, cool. So he comes over, and Sunday morning we get up, we have breakfast, and it was very, very nice. And he goes, all right, I'm gonna go get dressed. And I said, you look dressed to me, Davey. He goes, no, I'm gonna put my work clothes on. And he comes downstairs from the guest bedroom with his gloves and his work boots. And he goes, all right, Sandy, we go to the backyard and I have these big stones everywhere about, because we're in the process of building a wall or whatever. He goes, all right, Sandy, tell me what to do. Yeah. All right, Davey, pick up that rock and put it there, and there is Davey, helping me build a stone wall in my house, and neighbors were coming by and taking pictures of me. The thing about Davey was he was very much a family guy. I mean, the persona that he presented to the world is Davey being Davey, but he had another side of him that people that work with him get to see. And a very personable guy. We would go in a diner somewhere and a waiter would mention that he plays washboard bass. The next thing you know, at the gig that night, he's going, all right, Jimmy, why don't you come out? And he comes out with his washboard bass. I mean, anybody that played anything, he would have them come up on stage, and sometimes to our...
He would fly him in.
He would fly him in. I mean, sometimes to our embarrassment, it was like, washboard bass, Davey? Come on, there's another harebrained scheme you have? I mean, it's and then one other funny thing, we went to a wedding for a mutual friend, this guy David Fishoff. His daughter got married, and me and Davey and our significant others went that night. And and it was an Orthodox Jewish wedding, and they had, and I've never been Italian, I've never been to a Jewish wedding before, and they had a line of trees in the middle of the friggin' dance floor, and there's men on one side and women on the other. So, there was a dance floor, and then there was a carpeting around with the tables and the nice tablecloth and everything. And so we're on the women were dancing, and we were on this side of the women's side, and so the Jewish band is playing, and me and David going dancing around, just standing there watching the people dance as you would if you hear music that moves you. So this guy comes over in a harmonica, and he goes, excuse me, would you mind moving over to the male side of the tree? And Davey looked at me, it's like that look that Davey had was it was unbelievable. But anyway, speaking about washboard bass, we were in a van in Florida one day, and we were in a van going to his house in Stewart, I think. It was around gig time or whatever. And for some reason, I was always a fan of All in the Family. And I memorized this little scene from All in the Family, and I did it for him in the van, driving along in the van, and he was beside himself. He was laughing. He was laughing. Anyway, that night he turns around and goes, hey, Sandy, last time I saw legs like that, they were hanging outside of a nest. And I said, he goes, come down here. And I go, what, Davey? He goes, do that little bit you did in the van. So we're gonna, me and Dave Lofi Alexander, we're gonna reprise the Archie and Edith routine, and then thereafter he had to do it every night. It became like a thing, and part of the show. It was even on a live record that we did, the Archie and Edith thing. So anyway, here it is. Eat it, Bunker! Oh, jeez, eat it, Bunker, come out here, wait a minute. bunk, I see a nice frosty beer glass, but there's no beer in it. I see a nice heated up plate there, eat it, but there's no steak in it. Where have you been? I've been calling you all day, huh?
Well, Archie, you know, Gloria just had the baby. So I was upstairs in the attic looking for the bassinet.
Bassinet? Bassinet? Oh, Rita G. You know he ain't old enough to play one of those yet. That's it. That's the punchline. Yeah.